Okay.
All right. Am I starting from just, we all watch Mad Men. We all think we're going to be drinking scotch, but it's not that. We're like, I'm still with the same woman. Like, hi, my name's Aaron. I work in an agency. So when I was in college, I was in the advertising program, and I applied to the creative track. In the creative track, you pretty much have to write commercials and those kind of things and present for brands. What was awesome is that I discovered Vivint, and I was always selling in the summers. Because I was going out and working super hard in the summer, I was making great money, and I was able to go and produce great commercials and hire actors and hire film students to actually shoot my commercials for me. It was just awesome that I had this tool that I was using to kind of skyrocket my career a lot faster than others. My college puts a big recruiting fair together. These two recruiters came over from a big time agency that I was pumped about, and they were just looking through my portfolio. They watched a couple of my commercials. They started laughing. They said, "You're funny, you got it. You want a job with us?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Like, you want me to intern for you?" Like, "No, you can skip the internship. You can go straight to full time." And I'm like, "Are you serious?" And my professor was nearby, and he was just like, and I said, "Well, I have this summer job." They're like, no, you don't understand. You can skip the summer job. My summer job, you can make good money. And they're like, "Well, like, what's good money?" This is good money. And then I told them, and they're like, "Yeah, you should go do that. Go run your summer job, then come join us in September." And I was like, okay, perfect. I graduated, went out and started selling, ended up marrying my fiance at the end of August, flew straight from the honeymoon right to Chicago. And when I got there in Chicago, I was pumped. Just this beautiful, huge city right on the lake. And we had an apartment right there in the skyline of Chicago. We were paying $1,600 a month. And then we showed up here to this apartment. But I do miss it sometimes, where I could reach back and open my fridge from my couch. Now I have to get up and walk to my fridge. That's kind of annoying.
Doors closing.
In the advertising world, you work in a pair and you go against other people. And our advertising agency is pitching this client, and so is this other advertising agency. They would pitch, and the client, just like the Doors, would come back with an excuse. And these other guys, they just know how to do advertising, but they don't know how to pitch, they don't know how to sell, they don't know how to close. Those are the things that I knew already. So I just applied that to advertising, and I was closing a lot more. I was getting a lot of my stuff to print, a lot of my stuff to radio. I wasn't naive to the fact that advertising was gonna be a lot of work. I knew that. I wasn't expecting it to be so many late nights of hard work. Neither was my wife. That was hard on the relationship. I even said, "Hey, we're gonna go out to eat, me and you, but late, so that it wouldn't be a problem. I'd make it for sure." I just remember her, "Are you coming soon?" I'm like, "Yeah, soon." And then she was just by herself, and I'm like, "Yeah, it's just not gonna happen tonight. I'm so sorry." It's just hard not being in control of your own schedule. And I had this opportunity where I was working side by side with my creative director. We were concepting a commercial 30-second slot NFL playoff game. It was huge. And it was Halloween, and then it got later, and I'm like, "Hey, are you going trick-or-treating with your kids?" And he said, "I have been trick-or-treating with my kids in the last 5 years." It shook me. It was a true wake-up call for me. And I'm like, well, here I am, my first year starting out, and that's exactly what I'm aspiring to be, creative director. And I started to realize, am I willing to make those type of sacrifices as well to get where he's at? It was pretty dramatic for me.
Don't be so dramatic.
So yeah, no, not that dramatic, but it did make us think. We started looking up, how much do creative directors make? How many years does it take to become a creative director usually? And as I was looking into it of where people were on that ladder 10 or 11 years into their career, I was already making that the summer before. And then a couple months later, unfortunately, my mom called me, and she was diagnosed with cancer. That hit me hard, and I remember talking to HR and trying to get time off to go back and forth. We don't really know how severe, how serious the cancer really is, but I still want to be there and I want to be around. we put these jobs, these corporate America jobs on this pedestal. They don't tell you about this huge ladder you have to climb to get to where we're thinking you're supposed to be. And as you're climbing that ladder, there's just sacrifices on every single step. And then the financial part of it as well. As you climb that ladder, it takes a pretty good amount of time to start making decent money. My wife and I, we were just contemplating what are the next steps we should take in my career. After weighing the pros and cons, we decided to come back to Vivint. When we came back to Vivint, I wasn't going in it again as like a part-time thing or a summer job or selling here and there. It was gonna be my career. And when I went all in, it was amazing. It was way better than the years before because I was fully committed to the job. And I started to see the real perks of what this company can actually do for me. I was truly grateful. I had the financial freedom to book flights right away, able to go and spend time with my mom in San Diego, to have the opportunity and flexibility to spend time there and to be able to be with her in her last moments. Because I know if I was in a different situation, it would have been a whole different story, and I don't know if it would have been possible. We made that decision 3 years ago. Seriously, one of the best decisions of my life.